Oh, hello. What are you guys doing down there? Would you like to talk about some football? Okay. Well, I'm about to make breakfast here in the kitchen. Not that that's anything remotely interesting, but I'm like, you know what? Let's really talk about the NFL. It's Monday morning. A lot of interesting things are happening in the league this year. And I'm like, why don't I just talk to my audience that keeps saying, why don't you make football videos? I subscribed to you years ago. I wanted to see football videos. You haven't made football videos. Hold on, let me just get stuff ready for breakfast. Today's breakfast is going to be egg whites on spinach and in one of these little tortilla wraps. Okay, now you know. So, okay, right off the bat, you guys are expecting me to go all super hype train for the Eagles and don't get lost in it because I think the Eagles are doing fantastic this year. But I just want to do a general talk of around the league. Sorry, my son is stepping on my foot right now. Because I think a lot of interesting things are happening this year. And oh, hello. Yeah, the Eagles are doing fantastic and all. They're obviously one of the standout teams in the league right now. But there's so much more going on, and I'm a fan of football beyond just being a number one fan of the Eagles above all else. And let's start things off with what happened on Thursday night and to a team that had what looked like a promising year. I wouldn't say they were going to be like a steamroller team in the playoffs or anything like that. With the Miami Dolphins and what happened with Tua, I think the league should be sued. The Dolphins should be sued. And that if Tua chooses not to play another game in his life, then I understand. The guy was clearly concussed the week before. Clearly. I mean, you don't fall to the ground and get a little injury to your back and have the ability, you can't even, you get, wobbly leg. Okay, I guess you can get, a stinger or something like that, but he just looked like he was having concussion symptoms. On top of that, he was holding his head. He wasn't going, my back. He was going, my head. All right? He wasn't like the guy in Friday that said, my neck and my back and my neck. No, he was just holding his head. And then you're getting a Thursday night game on short rest, throwing this guy back out there, gets whipped to the ground. And by the way, backing up to Thursday night, that was a borderline dirty hit, but anyway. I feel that kind of gets lost in things. But anyway, then you go to a Thursday night game on short rest. What is the concussion protocol exist in this league for? Why does it exist? Not what. Why does it exist in this league? Because I'm sorry, you take a hit and you're throwing up dueling gang signs, not to make a joke out of it, but it's when have you seen someone get knocked so bad in the head? And it's not like it was that bad of a hit. Okay? It was a bad hit. It was a concussion-worthy hit. But the thing is you aren't throwing up the crippled signature hands unless you have some sort of existing condition from a hit that was a relatively moderate head to the turf type tackle. And again, it was still a hit that would have warranted a concussion no matter what happened to him the week before. But he got knocked into the shadow realm. This is stuff like this makes me less of a fan of the game. Because I want to see these guys play and get paid and not end their lives like Junior Seau did. All right? Because that's a guy who I liked watching when I was a kid. And to see that he ended the way he did, it just kind of tarnishes memories that I have in life of the game. And I'm seeing this young guy too, and I'm sitting here posting messages saying how man, this guy had his coming out party against the Ravens 2 weeks ago. Coming back down, what was it, 18, 21 points in the fourth quarter? Whatever it was. He had a big 3 unanswered score comeback win on the road in Baltimore. I'm like, this guy is showing he might be the real deal. Anyways, moving on from that, let me get some spinach. Moving on from that, I'm going to talk about the big evil right away, because it's something I told you I have a bad feeling about. I had a bad feeling about the start of the season. I even said it in that week 2, before they even played, before the Eagles week 2. Yeah, right, I know. Oh, you don't like spinach, okay? I give him a piece of spinach every time and he goes, ugh. See? He asks for it every time and then whines when I give it to him. The key addition to any egg white and spinach, sriracha. I have a big gallon thing of sriracha, so I have to keep filling this thing, and I keep it. I told you I had a bad feeling about the Dallas Cowboys this year, and that this is the year that they may get their act together. And actually make it to the Super Bowl. I had to pause there for dramatic effect and give my kid a cracker to just convey the utter horror. And lo and behold, what is happening with them? Dak Prescott goes out with an injury, and they won 3 games in a row. All right? I had this bad feeling going into the season, and I'm seeing the bad feelings come true with this team. I just think that this is a year that they honestly figure it out. I mean, it's got to happen eventually, right? I'd love to be the Eagles homer that says, oh, Dallas is never going to win again in my lifetime, blah, 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 blah. Well, what's going on with them right now? Can someone tell me? Can someone tell me what they're doing? The backup quarterback that everyone laughed at and said this is going to be the guy that's going to lead them while Dak is out. How much are you guys laughing now? Because I even said it on that week 2 broadcast. Even when Dak was listed out for the next 4 to 6 weeks, I said I still have a bad feeling about this team. I still have a bad feeling about this team. And lo and behold, they won another 2 games after that, after I said that. So, not here to say I told you so. And let's hope that dreams shatter as they always do for Dallas. But I want to be one of the few people that I told you, even when Dak went out, I said, I just still have a bad feeling about this. I mean, it's a good feeling for Dallas, but I personally have a bad feeling about this. Hold on, buddy. He likes egg whites too. So I cut some of this up and I put it on a plate for him. We'll go with Elmo today, kid, all right? He was just at Sesame Place yesterday. Wasn't that right? With your big brother. So yeah. The Dallas Cowboys, for you Dallas Cowboys fans, I still have a bad feeling about your team, which again is a good feeling for you. As for the rest of the league, I'm sorry, but Aaron Rodgers winning an overtime game against a quarterback that, let's be real, you or I outside of New England have never heard of. Not impressed. Not impressed with the Packers much at all this year. Not impressed with the Raiders much at all this year, even though they had a win against another guy we'll be talking about here in a second. And another guy, and anyway. I'm just trying to think what else around the league. Carson Wentz. No need to kick a dead horse. Just kind of going through the mental Rolodex of teams. Tom Brady looks like probably not going to end his career well in Tampa. Kansas City is looking like they're back to being a real deal. Hopefully the Chargers have something to say about that. That's my one gleaming hope coming out of the AFC that could potentially stop Kansas City from going back to dominance in the conference. But I don't know, they've looked a little wobbly this year too. But the one team in the AFC that I was hoping, because I'm a fan of this guy, is the Denver Broncos. And man, Russell Wilson just looks, I don't want to say average, but he doesn't look like himself. I'm watching that game yesterday, and I'm like, I'm getting Donovan McNabb vibes with him. I'm getting latter half career vibes, Donovan McNabb vibes with Russell Wilson right now. In that, I'm watching that game yesterday, and I didn't see him take off in the pocket, but maybe once. It's like he wants to be, again, like saying the Donovan McNabb feeling is like, I don't want to be known as a running quarterback. It's like, but you don't want to run it all of a sudden? Is he nursing an injury I don't know about? I mean, I don't think he had a single rushing attempt. Now that I think about it yesterday, what's going on with this guy? Like, I figured this year he would play more motivated than ever. Like, he's gotten out of the team that has basically, in Seattle, that basically did little to nothing to help him out on the offensive end of the ball. And that's why he's my favorite guy at the quarterback position that isn't rocking an Eagles jersey, because I feel he consistently did the most with the least that was supplied to him. Oh, my son spilled milk on the ground. He was the quarterback that did the most with the least, and I have nothing but respect for that. And I feel he won a Super Bowl in Seattle with that. Hold on, kid. Here's your eggs. And to see him now go to Denver, I was like, this guy is going to play some motivated ball right now. Like, he is going to just go out and show the world what he is all about. And he's looking like a lesser quarterback than he ever was in his career. Like, what is going on? Like, how is he not finding that extra motivation and just like just the eye test alone? Like I said, watch him in the pocket when he's like dumping off to the running back or the tight end real quick for like a 6-yard gain, and you see just like he could loop around, bootleg, and 9 times out of 10 he would tear that up for 12+ yards on his feet, and he's not doing that this year. Like, and that's the thing that gets me, is that I was all in on, well, why'd you throw the plate on the ground? I was all in on the rumors that Howie was going to trade Jalen Hurts in a package to get Russell Wilson here. And then Denver just happened to give the better offer. Boy, am I glad I was wrong about that one, because I was foaming at the bit going, oh, yes, get Russell Wilson here. And it's not like I hate Jalen Hurts. It's just Russell Wilson is legit. Boy, am I glad I was wrong about that. I'll take Jalen Hurts 10 times out of 10 this season over what Russell Wilson has looked like in the first 4 games. And it's not like Russell Wilson has looked awful. It's just he hasn't looked like himself. And I thought he was going to play beyond himself this season. So, what else do we want to talk about here? I mean, the Eagles are 4-0. We'll just do a brief little talk. I'm going to be doing a live show next week from the Dallas game. Yeah, bud? You heard me say Eagles and you got excited? I don't blame you. Every kid in this area is getting excited when they hear the word Eagles. Did you eat your eggs? No, you didn't. You didn't finish your eggs. You're not getting any of mine. Comes over here begging for eggs and you didn't finish his. Ungrateful kids. You know what they do with kids like you in Russia? They put you in a box and they send you right to the front lines of Ukraine. And they give you a grenade. And they kind of shove you towards the direction of the Ukrainian troops. That may or may not be true. Let's be real, it's true. Anyway, the Eagles are 4-0. Dude, you have your own eggs. All right, fine. I'll take my egg wrap here if you guys want to see it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Spinach and egg goodness. There you go, kid. I'll put it on the part of the table here that you can't reach, and then you can get upset on that side, or he's going to get upset either way. The Eagles look great. Oh, you want another cracker? Why didn't you just say that? Here. Did you want a cracker? He usually says, yeah. He just tripped on my foot and fell flat on his face. Anyway, just kidding. He's fine. The Eagles are 4-0. Yesterday was a unique game in that it was just such sloppy weather, and it's like, neither quarterback could really get going. But the defense is what is really standing out to me. I mean, obviously, Jalen Hurts balling out at an MVP level is a tremendous standout. But for this defense to be getting such a big takeaway differential compared to what they looked like last year. Thank you, Giants, for Bradbury. Thank you for not wanting him. He is such a great piece to this defense right now. How you guys doing up in New York? It's just everything is looking good, and I'll keep it at that. I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself because, I could scream from the mountaintop right now. We're the only undefeated team in the league at 4-0. Us Eagles fans can be sticking our little rooster chests out, but, I'm gonna pump the brakes. Brakes because if I see this team lose to a backup quarterback in Dallas in 2 weeks, or to Dak coming back from an injury, right back to earth. We are going to come. Here you go. Here's the last of the milk, bud. No? All right, fine. Don't come crying to me when you need more milk. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, and obviously the big key difference is actual wide receivers here. I mean, I know Devontae Smith was here last year, but him being complimented and not getting the prime cover guy on him because A.J. Brown is here makes a huge difference. And the fact that you had A.J. Brown not even get one reception, Devontae Smith didn't get one reception in that week 1 game against the Lions, to just coming back next week, they must have said something like Jalen must have said, I'm coming to you right away in this game. And they balled out all game week 2. And he's balled out ever since. Both Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown are just killing it right now. And it's just got to be a terror to game plan against those two at the level they're playing at right now. Anyway, and to be fair, the way that Jalen Hurts is playing, he deserves credit as well because you got to get the ball to the guys, obviously. And Jalen Hurts' instincts on his feet and his ability to leg press an entire defensive line into the end zone, that is the difference in this team this year. And that's what kills me is my God, I was all in on getting Russell Wilson over what Jalen Hurts is doing this year. Yikes. Howie, he deserves his credit. He deserves his credit when credit is due, and it is due. In case if you're wondering what these are, it's up against a Cutco knife block here. People are probably like, what the hell is that little white thing sticking out of the corner of the camera? Anyway, what else is really going on in the league that's noteworthy? Steelers are the Steelers. The Eagles' schedule. I can't wait for the excuse to now be, of course the Eagles are winning. Their schedule is so easy. Okay. Then it'll get sorted in the playoffs. I know people are going to try and damper this Eagles season if the Eagles go on some 2-loss run or even 1-loss run into the playoffs. People go, well, they're going to get their comeuppance in the playoff. Then let it happen. Let's get there. Let's cross the bridge when we get there. Because I don't care how soft the schedule is. Look at the results. Look at the numbers. Look at the yardage. Look at the running yardage. By the way, Miles Sanders, note him, defensive coordinators, because he had his little coming out. Thank goodness it rained yesterday. That rain said, today we are going to have the Miles Sanders coming out party for the season. Because that kid's legit too. And he's one of the buried gems in this team this year. So, everything is going good. Defense is getting so much pressure with just a 4-man rush and not having to rely on blitzing. And the blitzing, when it does happen, how infrequently it is very effective so far this season. I got literally nothing that I'm overly complaining about right now. Nothing. I can't say anything in the team. It's we got to really get a solid free agent. The linebacking core is a little iffy, but other than that, I'm cool. I'm not seeing them having to make any drastic move at all, other than to replace an injury if it happens. So yeah, Eagles are flying high. What else around the league? The Steelers, who cares? The Bills, like I said, I think the one hope coming out of the AFC is the Chargers. And I like 2 weeks ago I had it as the Bills, but I'm just like, I don't know. They're just not impressing me as much as I think they should right now. But anyway, Justin Jefferson, hey, thanks for coming back and showing up as a wide receiver in the league last week in London. Or this week, if you still consider it this week, because Monday Night Football didn't happen yet. Anyway, just going through any mental notes of teams in the league. The Saints, who cares? The Jaguars, who cares? The Colts. Got rid of Carson Wentz for Matt Ryan, and you're getting worse results. The Texans, cares? Chargers already talked about. Raiders, abysmal. Broncos, probably going to be a one-and-done playoff type team. 49ers, who really cares? I don't know, if I didn't talk about your team, I'm sorry if you're insulted by that, but yeah, I mean, there's no real standout teams beyond in the NFC, the Eagles right now. I know people in Minnesota are convinced you still have a good football team up there. Kirk Cousins as your quarterback. Oh, God. Keep thinking that. And the Packers just not feeling them, especially after that overtime win. If you want to call that a win. If you want to call that a win, Green Bay, go ahead. You guys were cheering so crazy. Oh, fourth quarter win. Woo! Final second field goal against the other team's third string quarterback. Woo! He's clapping behind me too. He's excited. Even a kid's excited for the Packers win. And that shows you how good that Packers win was yesterday. A 1-year-old kid is happy about it. Anyways, I'm just kidding, kid. You have good taste in football. You're an Eagles fan. The Bears, who cares? I'm just going geographically through my head right now through the NFL. The Bengals, like I said in my live broadcast, they're gonna go the way of like the Carolina Panthers and the like I said, the Bengals when they first went to the Super Bowl with Boomer Esiason. I'm trying to think of who else recently. Carolina Panthers with why am I forgetting his name? Mr. I Need Attention all the time. Quarterback. My gosh, Superman. Why am I forgetting the name of the quarterback that is going to come into my head? Right, I forget it. This is already ruined. I'm not even going to think about his name anymore. Cam. Why can't I think of his last name if I got his first name? Cam. Unbelievable. I'm handing in my NFL card. I don't deserve to be a fan in this league anymore. Cam. I don't know why Cam Watson keeps coming into my head. I'm going to end this video, look up his name, and oh my God, why is it on the tip of my tongue? And see, I can't continue on in life if I don't think of the name. He's a former MVP of the league when he went to the Super Bowl. Cam Newton. My God. I said Watson. That should have... I apologize on behalf of any NFL fan that is offended of me. My point is totally lost anyways. The Bengals are going the way of the people that appear in Super Bowls and just become irrelevant immediately after. Anyways. We just got to end it right now. By the way, my kid is pushing a chair around and is about to just start, finding knives and throwing them at the other side of the room. So I guess that's my cue to go. Anyways, little football chit chat here for you on the Monday morning here. Let's go, Eagles. A, B, C, D, E, F, the Cowboys. And someone give Cam Newton a job. Guys like me can't even remember his name. If he was playing in the league, maybe I'd know his name. That is all.